So I am back and I am going to be doing my everyday makeup routine for 2017. Now I haven't filmed a makeup tutorial in what feels like way over a year, so I thought I would come back, do my everyday makeup routine for you as an extra video, as it has been requested so much for you guys to see how I do my makeup. And even though I do it in my daily vlogging channel quite a lot, I thought I'd come on my main channel and do a makeup look that you guys can maybe follow for everyday wear or back to school. So yeah, it's a very subtle, very natural, glowy look. As you can see, the highlighter is popping. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy the video and let's just get started. I'm going to start off by going in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this is the colour correcting adjust one. So it's actually green because I have very red skin, as you can see. Now, mini story time, I actually just filmed this whole makeup routine and then I went to watch it back quickly, like just before I put it on my laptop and everything, and the whole thing was out of focus, and you literally, I look like a blur, and I don't even know how that happened because I had the viewfinder out. I swear I was looking at it and I was in focus, and I obviously wasn't. So I had to use a makeup wipe to wipe my makeup off, everything apart from my eyebrows because I really did not want to do them again. So yeah, that just happened. So my skin is actually a little bit more red than usual because I have just rubbed it. But yeah, that foundation primer is incredible and it's so smooth. It's not as silicone based as the other Smashbox ones are, which I like. So yeah, I got this from Bicester Village and it was only £20, not down from 30, so definitely recommend this. Then for foundation, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Foundation, and mine is in the shade 1.N Ivory, and then with this I use my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. So everybody does foundation differently. Personally for me, I like to dot it on my skin. I find that this gives me the best coverage all around instead of kind of like smearing it down my face. And yeah, I just find it really easy to blend. Now this L'Oreal True Match blends so well, like it literally does say super blendable, and that's because it's so dewy and kind of like liquidy, but not liquidy to the point it would drip off your face, just like very smooth. It's not like matte at all, which I like because matte foundations dry up my skin like mad. But this foundation is so good, and to be fair, it's actually still a little dark for me because I get a lot of comments like, blend your foundation down your neck, and I do, but I'm just very, very, very pale, so it's quite hard to get the right shade. But I'm just going to blend this all down my neck. Like I said, I just like to blend this in using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. This foundation, it does give me really good coverage. Now it doesn't give me like as much coverage as I'm sure a high-end one would, but to be honest, I use quite a bit of concealer, so I just use foundation to kind of give me more of an even skin tone to kind of work upon. This foundation is only £10 and you can buy it from Superdrug or Boots, and I would definitely say it's one of the best drugstore foundations I've personally ever tried. Leave your recommendations down below for good foundations because I have very, very, very oily skin, so foundations like this work really well on me. But if you have one that you think is better, leave it down below and I'll definitely give it a try. When blending on my nose as well, it tends to not give me as much coverage because my nose is very red and very oily, so I do struggle around this area of my face. And then now I've got to be very careful because I normally fill my eyebrows in after, but I really did not want to wipe them off because I spent so long doing them on camera, giving you guys a tutorial, and then it wasn't even in focus. So if you do want an eyebrow tutorial, then let me know and I will definitely do one in another makeup tutorial. This is also like a really good makeup look for back to school as well because it's quite natural, and obviously you don't have to use all of the products, so you could definitely use this for back to school. And I know I am quite pale, like I'm literally one of the lightest shades because I just don't tan, and when I do fake tan, I don't like go and buy myself another foundation for every single shade of colour that I go. I just stick with one and just blend it a bit down my neck because ain't nobody got money to go buy 10 different bottles of foundation. Now I'm going to go in with concealer, and this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. This has actually nearly run out because I use this every single day, so I think I showed this in a haul. I got it when I went to Birmingham because they literally had so much Kat Von D stuff. But it's absolutely incredible. Like look, you can literally see how much is left by how much is coming out. Just barely any coming out onto my face, but I love this so much. It was about £20 I think, but it's really good coverage, so I definitely would buy it again. But I'm actually waiting to get my Tarte Shape Tape because Saf picked it up for me when she was in America, but I haven't been to her house to go and get it yet. But she was showing me it on FaceTime last night and I was just dying. It looks incredible. This concealer is very, very easy to blend as well, which is nice. It goes well around my nose area, which is where I need the most coverage, and it also is a good under eye concealer and doesn't really cause much creasing. Another good dupe for this would be the Collection Lasting Perfection. I'd say those two concealers are very similar. The Collection one's probably a little bit more dewy, which I do prefer. Then I'm just going to go over this with my NARS Creamy Concealer. I love this concealer as well. It's amazing. Again, I don't really have much left, but I tend to just use this more for spots than anything else. So I just pop this around my super troubled areas, which at the moment isn't actually my chin as much as it used to be. It's more here, and I never used to get spots there, so I was reading about it and I think it's diet, so I gotta sort my diet out. But they're not bad spots at all. I more just get blemishes, because once I get a spot it tends to scar. So if you guys have any tips for blemishes or anything, please do let me know, because that will come in a lot of handy. Now I've got my base done, I'm going to go in and set it. So this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and this is just a loose setting powder. Honestly, I love this. I used to use the NYX HD powder, but it was very, very white, and I could not use it. Like, when I reflected myself in the sun, or like when the sun shone on me, all you could see was white, and it just didn't look right at all. So I finally gave in to the hype, because everybody was talking about this powder, and I was like, you know what, it's £30, but I'm going to go buy it anyway. And I literally regret not buying it earlier. Like, I don't like carve out my contour with it or anything. I literally do just use it as a setting powder, but it's incredible. And then I'll just leave this on my face while I go over and do my eyebrows. So I am just going to add a little bit more colour to them, because some of it worn off when I was rubbing my makeup off. So I actually use the Ardell Medium Brown Brow Pomade, and this is a really good dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. Now if you guys haven't heard of the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, don't know where you've been, because everybody uses it. I think this is actually a lot better. This is only £8 from Superdrug or Boots. I normally go Superdrug, to be fair, and it's so good. I love this so much. I love having like the line underneath my eyebrow, so I'm just going to sharpen that up a little bit, then I'll carve it out with a little bit of concealer. But yeah, I just like to have my eyebrows quite dark and bold, because especially since I dyed my hair's a bit blonder. So I think having my eyebrows a bit more bold makes it stand out a little bit more. So yeah, I'll just go around my eyebrows a little bit, and then I will carve them out. I usually use a pot concealer, but I don't actually have one right now, so I'm just going to have to use my NARS Creamy Concealer. But again, don't really have much this right now either, so I'm not going very strong, but I'm just going to pop this around the tips and at the front, just to make them a little bit more sharp. I literally remember the times where I didn't fill in my eyebrows in makeup tutorials, and like at all, and I honestly looked so much different. Like, eyebrows really do shape your face, and you don't realise it until you start filling them in. I actually do need to add a little bit more colour at the front on this one as well, so what I do is I just spike my brush up like this and add a little bit more colour. This eyebrow today has definitely gone better than the other one, but you know what, eyebrows are sisters and not twins, so that is absolutely fine. They don't always look the same, and you know what, they're near enough the same. That can do. And then I just get my beauty blender, and I'll just blend this around just to make sure everything is filled in and blended. Then I'm going to take my Morphe E4 brush, and I'm just going to blend in all of the translucent setting powder. Now I would usually leave it for longer, but obviously like my eyebrows are already filled in, so I didn't have to leave it as long as today like I usually would. I usually aim to leave it on there for around 10 minutes, but either way it still sets your makeup incredibly, and I would 100% recommend this powder. I'm then going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. Again, I love this contour kit so much, so I am going to use a mixture of all three of these shades. And now I don't really do my contour to like carve it out and have like a straight line. I don't really do that. I just do it to add colour back into my face. Therefore it does tend to look a bit like blusher, but it's just making my face look a bit more healthy. I also drag it down my chin, not my chin, my jawbone as well, because I don't really have much of a jawbone going on. And then I'll also drag it up to my forehead as well, because I am quite pale and I do like to be, you know, bit more healthy looking and glowy looking, so I will just drag this up to my forehead and add quite a bit of colour back to my face. Contour makes such a difference. Like, I also remember the times where I didn't wear contour and wow, did my makeup look bad. Now you have to be very careful because you can look very ashy if you use the wrong shade of contour, so make sure you're using the right shade. Again, the light to medium palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills is exactly what I needed. Like, it's very brown toned, it's not grey toned at all, which I like. And then I'll just brush the excess over my skin. Again, just to give me a little bit more colour back and make me look a little bit more healthy. I'm then going to go in with my Violet Voss palette. This is incredible. Look how gorgeous this palette is. And I'm just going to use the shade Bestie, and I'm just going to drag this all along my eye. I don't know what you call it. The crease. I got in the end. I'm just going to drag this in the crease very, very lightly. Nothing too major. Just quite a subtle colour, just so my mascara stands out a little bit more. I love a matte eyeshadow. Like, matte eyeshadows are definitely my favourite. I love a good shimmer, but I just feel like they look a bit weird and tacky on me sometimes. So I just like to add like completely matte and then go in with like mad glitter if I'm going to do that. Then I'm just going to go in with the shade Are You Kidding Me? Just to, again, darken this up a little bit because it's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. So just going to darken that up a little bit just to give it a little bit more definition. I really want to be able to do a cut crease, so if you guys do want to see a cut crease, then let me know. Once I've done that, I will then go in with mascara. So I have two mascaras that I'm loving at the moment. The first one is the Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot, and the next one is the MAC Bold and Bad Lash. So I'm going to start off with the drugstore one, and I'm just going to do one eye on camera, one eye off camera. So basically what I like to do is I just like to use this on my top lashes just to separate them and add a bit more colour back to them, because once I've done eyeshadow and foundation I tend to have quite grey lashes. So just to make them a little bit more black and just to add to the length, I will use this Maybelline one. The other Maybelline mascara that I'm absolutely in love with is the Lash Sensational, but mine has actually run out, so that is definitely next on my buy list. As you can see, that just makes kind of like a subtle difference, but then this MAC Bad and Bold Lash actually has a big brush and then it has a little brush for your lower lashes, so this is amazing. I think it's actually new out as well, so it's absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to pop this over the top of the Maybelline one, and as you can see, this does make them a lot bolder and a lot blacker. I like to get as far down to the roots as possible and then just kind of shimmer it up just to make sure they're all separated, but just to make sure they look as long as possible. So that is my top lashes done, and then I'm going to go in with the lower lash brush just to add a little bit more colour and a little bit more length to my lower lashes. I'm very careful when doing this just to make sure it doesn't go under my eyes, but I do love this. And then I'm just going to go over my top lashes with it as well, just to make sure they're all separated, just like so. And that is basically the difference in wearing mascara and no mascara, and as you can see there is a very big difference to what my makeup look looks like when I do wear mascara, so definitely mascara is one of my holy grail makeup products. Now I'm just going to go and do the other eye and then I'll move on to the rest of my makeup. That is my mascara done, so now I'm going to go in with highlights. So I'm going to use the Nip and Fab highlighting palette, and ever since this got sent to my PO box I've been using it and I've been absolutely loving it. So using the Morphe R37 brush, I'm going to take these two shades, mix them together and just pop them on my cheekbones. These two are the, I would say, less pigmented for my skin tone in the palette. I don't use the darker shade as that is way too dark for my skin tone, but the other five mixed together are perfect. Then I'll go in with these two shades, again just on top, just to build up the colour and build up the reflection. And oh guys, can you see that? It's just incredible. Do it on the other side and it just reflects the light beautifully and just catches it wherever it's beaming. Then finally I'll go in with this banana-y yellow shade, and as you can see this is really what finishes it off for me. The banana-y yellow shades for me are definitely my favourite highlighters. They catch the sun so beautifully and work perfectly on my skin tone. Then I'm just going to pop it on my Cupid's bow as well, and then also pop it on the end of my nose. The end of my nose is the best place for me for highlighter. It looks so good in pictures and I just love how it looks. Then just going to add some of that in the inner corner of my eyes as well, just to make them pop a little bit more, because even though I do have oily skin, I love my skin to look quite glowy. As well, I'm just going to highlight my brow bone as well. This doesn't really do much for me, but I just like to do it so I know I've done it and, you know, can look a bit more glowy. Then I'm just going to take the Body Shop fan brush and just blend all of this into my skin, just so it doesn't look wet, but just so it looks very glowy. Then I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Melted Matte in Child Star. This is a very, very, very nude lip, but I love this for an everyday makeup look. Too Faced are definitely my favourite lip colour brand. Too Faced and Colourpop do the best ones for me. I also always get a lot of questions on my lips. No, I haven't had lip fillers. I'm 16. No, I don't overdraw my lips. They're just quite naturally big and plumpy. But yeah, this is my everyday makeup look. It's quite natural, it's quite subtle, but it could be perfect for school, it's perfect for everyday wear, and obviously you can spice it up a bit more. You could add eyeliner, lashes, a lot more eyeshadow, a darker lip, but I just like the kind of like subtle look. So yeah, if you did enjoy, give it a huge thumbs up, and also head over to my Instagram and drop me a follow over there. I've recently hit 250,000 followers, but I also post a lot more extravagant makeup looks, so if you do want to see more of this type of like makeup look with a bit more, then head over to my Instagram. But yeah, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed, comment down below your favourite makeup product ever so that I can try some new products, and I will see you next Sunday at 10 AM for a brand new video. Mwah. Bye!